of the Board of Education. The meeting is being televised live on AACPS TV and streamed on AACPS YouTube channel. General information and protocol for the meetings are posted on the sign by the doorway as you enter the room. So please make sure that you read those if you have not already. The invocation. Oh God, we pray to administer that which is just in all educational policies, being ever mindful of your guidance. Stir us to action with love, wisdom, and understanding. The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, March is arts in our month. March is arts in our schools month, as designated by Maryland State Department of Education. Examples of our system's commitment to the arts include students' artwork, display in the halls outside as you enter into the boardroom, and in public libraries across Anne Arundel County. Additionally, earlier this month, we completed our run of amazing Anne Arundel County's dance festivals. Tonight, we are all in for a treat as Two Rivers Elementary School 4th and 5th grade chorus will perform for us and kick off our meeting. The course is under direction of Miss Catherine Jenkins. So, Miss Jenkins and our amazing students, take it away.
I'll ride with the horses, I'll swim through the sea, I'll climb to the mountain tops, won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see, and after I've come so far, you know where I'll be. I'll fly away
first of all and foremost, let me say thank you for this amazing, amazing rendition of Fly Away Home. That was absolutely superb. Next year, I will join you in the course. So we're going to give them one more round of applause, and we're going to take a break. And if you would like to, we're going to meet outside for a couple of photos. So let's take a break. So for all of those that would like, board members, you can go ahead on and move forward. Yeah. We're going to move forward on the dais as they move out to, okay. All right, welcome back. First of all, board members, let's get started with 2.03, approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve minutes as written.
Second.
Thank you. Consensus?
Consensus.
If yours works, Ms. McDermott? It's not working. You want to slide the other one over? Nope. All right. Well, motion to establish the agenda order.
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right. Thank you. The agenda order has been established. Next up is our public comments. This is one of the opportunities that the board provides to hear the views and receive the advice of community members. The members of this board appreciate hearing from our interested citizens. As appropriate, we will refer your concerns to the superintendent and to follow up upon by his staff. The board will hear public comments from up to 10 speakers, a combination of virtual and in-person per the agenda item, excluding personal items, reports, and recognitions during a single public comment section in the earlier portion of this meeting. We have now joined that into one. So everyone will hear both the public comments, agenda items, and non-agenda items. The link to register for the comments before board opened at 3 p.m. on Friday prior to the meeting. Registrations closed at noon on Monday prior to this meeting. Speakers may sign up to no more than 2 agenda items, but only once for an individual item. For any items with more than 10 registered speakers, the board will employ a lottery process to speak at the speakers. Let's see, like I'm not reading the right one. Okay, all right. She said I was, so she's in charge. Registrants who secure a slot to speak were notified by email at the email address they provided when they registered. All speakers will be allotted 2 minutes and must address the specifics of the agenda item for which they've signed up. No speaker substitution will be permitted. If your name is called and you are not present, I will move on to the next speaker. For anyone who was not selected to speak at today's meeting, you may email your comments to the board office at boardoffice@aacps.org. While we encourage public input on policies, programs, and practice within the purview of this board and the school system, this is not the proper forum to address student or employee matters or to comment on matters that do not relate to the public education in Anne Arundel County. We encourage everyone to utilize the existing dispute resolution process as appropriate. I remind everyone that inappropriate personnel remarks or other behaviors that disrupt or interferes with the conduct of the meeting are out of order. Persons using language that is threatening or promote violence against members of this body or Anne Arundel County Public Schools employee are subject to legal penalties. Persons who otherwise disrupt or disturb the meeting will not be allowed to continue their remarks, and we will ask you to leave. It is not the board's general policy or practice to engage in question and answer sessions with speakers. For the record, please give your name before speaking. Handouts should be given to the board assistant. I ask that the speakers observe the 2-minute clock. A yellow light will shine when you have 30 seconds remaining, and a tone will sound when your time has expired. Please conclude your remarks when you hear that tone. If you continue after that time has expired, the microphone will be turned off. It should also be turned off if the speaker addressed specific student or employee matters or commented on matters not related to public education in Anne Arundel County. At this time, our first speakers are Nathaniel Lamb, Grayson Morgan, and Macy Poore. You can come up. All three may come up and just have a seat. And one of you, Mr. Nathaniel Lamb, you can start at the podium. And the other ones can remain at your seats. The mics are turned on. So it'll be Nathaniel Lamb, Grayson
Mic check.
Morgan, and Macy Poore. Right.
Is the mic working?
It is working. You may begin.
Good evening, President Dent and members of the board. My name is Nate Lamb. I'm a United States Navy veteran, a small business owner here in Anne Arundel County, a substitute teacher in AACPS classrooms, and a proud member of the AACPS Citizens Advisory Committee. My wife is an educator to the system, and together we are raising 2 daughters, a 6-year-old currently at Annapolis Elementary School, and a 3-year-old who can't wait to join her sister in a few more years. The district is personal to me on every level. I'm here tonight to talk about something that affects every single child in the system, every single day, and that's the sugar content in our school meals. Let me walk you through what a typical AACPS breakfast looks like. A banana muffin contains approximately 24 grams of sugar. A carton of chocolate milk adds another 24 grams. A yogurt smoothie drink brings in roughly 20 grams more. That is 68 grams of sugar before a child is sat down for their first day of class. The American Heart Association recommends that children consume no more than 25 grams of sugar per day. We are serving nearly 3 times that amount at breakfast every single day. Lunch isn't much better. A meal of pizza or a barbecue rib sandwich with a chocolate milk can carry an additional 35 to 45 grams of sugar, pushing a single day's consumption to well over 100 grams of sugar for a child. That is not fuel for learning. Research consistently links high sugar consumption in children to difficulty concentrating, energy crashes, mid-morning, increased risk of childhood obesity, and long-term risks for diabetes and heart disease. I'm not here to criticize our hardworking staff in our Food and Nutrition Services Department. I know they operate within a tight budget.
Please continue.
I want to work with your team. I'm volunteering my time, my network, and my voice to help evaluate the current menu options, research cost-neutral alternatives, and help this community maintain its mission of belonging, growing, and succeeding, starting with what we put in our child's mouths. I'm asking the board tonight to direct Nutrition Services to conduct a full review of added sugar across our elementary school menus and to report back to the CEC and this board within 60 days with a plan to reduce it. Our kids deserve a fighting chance. All done. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you can give it to them. All right, next up is Mr. Grayson Morgan.
Good evening, President Dent, board members, Dr. Bedell. My name is Grayson Morgan. I am a parent with a child at South River High School and Davidsville Elementary. I believe this is the third time I've requested to speak here to the board in the last year. And it's again on the issue of public safety, safety of our children, staff, faculty, and those who visit our schools. I am here to beg, literally beg the board to do something about issues that I have reported for over a year. Missing and inaccurately signed crosswalks at every school in the South River cluster, with the exception of the special school in Davidsville Elementary. Missing crosswalks. For over a year, these have been reported. Crosswalks across State Highway at Mayo Elementary, 2 crosswalks that have no signage for over a year. And I reported this to the State Highway Administration last week, and they said they were unaware of this. Reckless driving at South River High School, systemic. I had to work directly with the Anne Arundel County Police Department to have them relocate the school resource officer to help deter this reckless driving. It seems to be effective, but my high school daughter, in her first year with a driver's license in January, was rear-ended twice in the same week trying to get to her new parking spot at South River High School. The traffic coming off of the state highway needs to be addressed. I understand that an engineering report was recently done. By recently, I mean it was done last fall. I received a copy that I had requested just yesterday. Within that report, those professionals listed immediate concerns the school district should address. Yet I was informed it would be 6 months this summer before some of those immediate issues were addressed. Again, I beg the board, these safety issues are immediate concerns and should not wait years to be addressed and mitigated until
Thank you.
somebody gets injured or killed.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
very
much.
much.
And if I didn't say it, if you did not conclude your comments, you're welcome to give them to our board assistant. You may begin.
Thank you. Good evening, President Dent and distinguished board members. My name is Macy Poore, and I'm a sophomore at Arundel High School, and I'm here today to speak about the class rank policy. As a student who doesn't have perfect grades, I still consider myself hardworking and dedicated. I participate in arts programs, I'm an SSL member, and I genuinely love serving and being a part of something bigger than myself. My strengths may not always show up as a number on a transcript, but they do show up in the way I contribute to my school and community. Class rank is based almost entirely on grades and measures who has the highest GPA, who takes the most weighted classes, and who can compete at the highest academic level. It creates a system that rewards one specific type of success, academic perfection, while overlooking leadership, creativity, kindness, resilience, service, and real-world impact. When we don't have class rank, students are freer to explore their interests and passions. They can choose classes because they're curious, not because it boosts their GPA. They can pursue arts, service, internships, and extracurricular activities without constantly calculating how it affects their position against their peers. Bringing back class rank would increase stress, anxiety, and unhealthy comparison. Many students already feel the intense academic pressure as it is. Adding a ranking system only reinforces that your idea is tied to a number. That kind of environment can hurt mental health, lower self-esteem, and create unnecessary competition between classmates who should be supporting one another. We are still kids, and this is everyone's first time living. We're not just learning algebra and history, but who we are as people. High school should prepare us for life, not rank us against each other. Success after graduation is not determined by who is ranked first, 15th, or even 100th. It's determined by character, work ethic, adaptability, and passion. Instead of focusing on ranking students, we should focus on encouraging them. Celebrate academic excellence, yes, but also celebrate service, creativity, leadership, improvement, and perseverance. Not every student shines in the same way, and that's okay. Class rank is not the most effective or fair way to measure a student's success. We are more than our GPAs. We are artists, athletes, volunteers, leaders, and future professionals, and our school system should reflect that. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. All right, next up is George Gallagher and Olivia Takash. Mr. Gallagher.
Good evening, board members. My name is George Gallagher, and I am the father of a student at Annapolis High School. The reason why I'm here is because on Friday of last week, I received a text message and email at about 2:47 p.m. about a student walkout situation. And the content of it concerned me because it said that it started at 11:20 a.m. They walked out for 80 minutes, and during the protests, they left the campus. I don't care what they were protesting about, whether it was green jello or whatever, but the fact that they left and I was notified 3 hours after it happened is deeply concerning. So I sent an email to Vice Chair Pulliam about my concerns, and I asked the following questions. Did the school administration know this event was going to occur beforehand? If that's the case, when did they become aware that it had been planned? And if they had foreknowledge of this action, why weren't the parents formally notified? So we're notified about school closures because of schools, early dismissal, but we weren't notified about this situation where students walked off campus, which is a serious safety concern. I did get a phone call yesterday from George Roberts, Associate Superintendent. We had a discussion about this, and I asked him, were there notifications to the parents of Annapolis High School? And he said, for other high schools there were, but in this case there wasn't. I suggested that going forward, if there is any foreknowledge of something like this, please notify the parents beforehand so they can have discussions with their children about something like this.
Please
Thank you.
conclude. Thank you.
Good evening, President Dent, Vice President Pulliam, Superintendent Bedell, and members of the board. My name is Olivia Takash, and I'm a junior at Broadneck High School. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I want to share my support for bringing class rank back in Anne Arundel County Public Schools. At its core, class rank is not just about comparison. It is about clarity. It gives students a clear understanding of their academic progress within the context of their school, something a GPA alone cannot always fully capture. GPA can also vary based on course rigor and differences between schools. So having class rank provides a more consistent way to understand student achievement across the county. Having that context can be motivating. It encourages students to set goals, challenge themselves, and take ownership of their learning. In that way, class rank can foster healthy competition, not in a negative sense, but as a way to push students to grow and reach their full potential. It can also help students better understand how they present themselves beyond their GPA, especially when applying to colleges or programs that look for additional academic context. At the same time, I understand the concerns about stress and pressure. That is why I believe a balanced, student-centered approach is important. Making class rank optional allows students to choose what works best for them. Those who find it helpful can use it as a tool, while others are not impacted by it at all. Bringing back class rank in a thoughtful way would give students more transparency, more ownership over their academic journey, and more ways to fully represent their achievements. I appreciate that the board is taking time to consider this. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. That concludes tonight's public comments. Thank you all for your willingness to speak before the board this afternoon. Next up, we have item 4.01. There's no CRASC report, is it? Video? Okay, all right. Next up, we'll have item 4.01, the CRASC report.
Good evening, President Dent, Vice President Pulliam, members of the board, and Dr. Bedell. My name is Jason Semenoff Jr. I'm a proud sophomore at Chesapeake High School, and I'm honored to serve as the CRASC Secretary of Education. I'm delivering my report virtually this month, as CRASC is currently at the annual MASC convention in Ocean City. Our theme is Leading Like Stars. During convention, we will participate in student-led workshop sessions, hear from keynote speakers, and elect the next MASC officers, which will be announced on Friday. We wish Sia Jane from Severn Run High School the best of luck in her candidacy for MASC president. A special thank you to all of the amazing S.E.A.T advisors who are chaperoning us over Eid. And a special thank you to the amazing Mrs. Pellegrin, truly the unsung hero of convention security, and the reason that none of us have escaped for late-night boardwalk fries or a swim. SMOB voter registration is now open, and we already have over 1,000 students registered. The deadline to register is Monday, March 27th at 8 p.m., and each school may register up to 15% of their enrollment. Students interested in voting for the next AACPS student member of the board should complete the registration form linked on flyers, as well on the CRASC website, Instagram, and Canvas pages. There are many exciting events coming up for our SMOB finalists after spring break, including the SMOB debate on Thursday, April 9th at 6:30 p.m. in the boardroom. You can attend this either in person or watch live on the AACPS YouTube channel. Be sure to check it out. Our high school voter registration drives wrapped up on Thursday, March 12th, and they were a huge success. A total of 212 students became registered voters. In addition, students learned about the Election Day Page program and how to work as an Election Day judge. A huge thank you to the League of Women Voters, Anne Arundel County Board of Elections, and Anne Arundel County NAACP for their continued partnership and support. The March episode of Team Talk featured Apex Arts, premiered on March 11th. Be sure to check it out on the AACPS YouTube channel and AACPS TV. If you're interested in enrolling in the Apex Arts Magnet program, this episode is a fantastic resource. Don't forget to follow us on the Instagram at AACPS Team Talk for the latest updates and behind-the-scenes content. Check out our upcoming events on this slide and be sure to follow at CRASC_online on Instagram for more details and to see what's happening at the MASC convention in Ocean City. I hope you all have a relaxing, refreshing, and warm spring break. That's all from me. See you next month.
Great job. Next up, we have item 4.02, the SEAT report.
Good evening, President Dent, Vice President Pulliam, and members of the board, and Dr. Bedell. My name is Joseph Olarewaju, and I'm an 8th grader at Monarch Global Academy. I'm pleased to be with you tonight to share a few highlights on what the SEAT Student Equity Advisory Team, or SEAT, has been up to since our January update. On December 6th, I personally got the chance to attend an event hosted by the Governor's Office of Children and the Maryland Youth Advisory Council. There were different working groups such as safety, mental health, and other topics. I chose to join the mental health group because I wanted to share my ideas about improving mental health in our schools. One thing I learned is that our students need opportunities to share their personal experiences. This event was impactful to schools and students because it allowed student voices to advocate for change. On January 19th, which was this year's date set aside to celebrate the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., SEAT ambassadors didn't just take the day off. Some of us took on the opportunity to attend the Youth Leadership Summit hosted by the National Youth Leadership Council. This event brought together students from across the country to build leadership skills and explore how we can create meaningful change in our schools and communities. In our continued partnership with Food and Nutrition Services, SEAT members also just recently supported National Breakfast Week by promoting the nutritious food items that help us get started each and every day. Next, SEAT remains committed to transformative conversations with our student member of the board, Braden Morgan, as our contributions around support and interventions for students participating in advanced learning opportunities continue to be a very important topic of discussion. Most recently, SEAT members initiated dialogue about additional training and education for staff so that they know how to best support students taking AACC classes and online classes where in-person options are not available in their schools. As always, SEAT will advocate for change and for reducing the barriers to students participating in advanced learning opportunities. And we will work hard to put systems in place to make sure that they have what they need once they enroll. Next month, SEAT ambassadors will be in front of new AACPS educators at their Saturday symposium on April 11th, presenting a virtual session on learning from the expert, student teaching strategies for equitable classrooms. This is the third year that the Office of Professional Learning and Organizational Advancements has invited SEAT to present to new teachers on our experiences and share the student perspective on how to create equitable and quality learning environments. This is one of the highlights of the year for both SEAT and the new teachers we're helping to support. Additionally, SEAT teams are hard at work on our SEAT projects. These are data-driven, student-led initiatives that schools are implementing to ensure that every student belongs, grows, and succeeds. Our projects promote student mental health and physical health, encouraging learning about other cultures, providing resources to students who need them most, and enhancing relationships between student and staff. Last year's projects were amazing, and we can't wait to show you highlights of some of our finished projects at the end of the year. Finally, we know that the fourth marking period is coming fast, and we encourage schools to celebrate the many ways your students demonstrate inclusive spaces for all. The Student Equity in Action Spotlight Award recognizes AACPS students and student groups who are actively identifying and working to eliminate inequities in their schools and communities. If you would like to nominate a student or student group, please use the QR code or website listed. As always, thank you for the opportunity to highlight SEAT's work and for the board's ongoing commitment to uplifting student voices and leadership.
Let's give him a round of applause. Good job. I don't have to go after him, so next up is the PTA report.
Thank you so much. Good evening, President Dent, Vice President Pulliam, Dr. Bedell, and board members and guests. My name is Lisa Crittenden. I'm the president of the Anne Arundel County Council of PTAs. On March 2nd through 4th, I participated in the National PTA Legislative Conference with the Free State PTA team. We went to DC on Tuesday, March 2nd to talk to our Maryland legislators about the National PTA priority bills, S.455, Protecting Sensitive Locations Act, S.836, Children and Teens Online Privacy Protection Act, S.1748, Kids Online Safety Act, and S.3281, Restoring Food Security for American Families and Farmers Act. It was my first time doing this yearly event, and it was a great experience. AACC PTA is excited about holding a Founders Day this spring. We are finalizing details for the event on May 1st. Be on the lookout for the nomination packet that will be sent out soon. This is a local PTA's chance to show appreciation for their volunteers, teachers, staff, and principals that help us with our mission to promote the welfare of children and youth and foster collaboration between parents, educators, and stakeholders to enhance education and well-being. Our next meeting is scheduled for April 20th at 6 p.m. via Zoom. Also, always please let us know how we can support your PTA by contacting us via our GiveBacks page, aaccpta.givebacks.com, or by emailing us at info@aaccpta.org. And now, we have something special to celebrate. The honorees for this year's Reflections Art Program. The theme this year is I Belong, a theme perfectly fitting for our AACPS students who strive every day to belong, grow, succeed. Students competed at their schools, advanced to the county level, and our county honorees advanced to the Free State PTA Reflections Program. We commend all our students for their creativity and for celebrating how they belong in our communities. Next year's theme is What My Culture Means to Me, and we encourage all local PTAs and their student artists to participate. At this time, we invite our honorees to come forward to be recognized. Thank you so much. And thank you to Amber Roberts and Tamara Bieger, our great Reflections chairs also. I keep forgetting to thank you guys.
Wait, down here, guys. Right in here. You're okay. You're okay. You're just the center of attention. Right here. Right here. Okay, tallest in the back. Come on up here. Michelle has one. And try to have you two come up a little bit. And then you guys scoot in. How do you want them? That was great. Almost there. Come in, keep going. No, you all stay. Young lady in the blue dress. You go now. Keep going. Perfect. Okay, everybody look right this way. We take a couple, right? Big smile. Oh, that looks great. All right, big smile.
Congratulations.
Way to go. Great job. Great job.
Nice to see you.
He's got a strong grip.
All right, next up is our CAC report. And it's virtual? Yes.
Good evening, Dr. Bedell and board members. My name is Michelle Cowell. I appreciate the opportunity to present to you virtually this evening. I'm the chair of this is an advisory committee. I'm here to give you a brief report tonight. Again, I'd like to start with thanking our members and all of their hard work. This is my last year on the CAC. I am going to offer my position up to someone else who might like to join with us. I just want to mention to the public that the call for applications will come out in the summer. So if you're interested in serving your community, please don't hesitate to step up if there is an opening in your cluster. So as is typical, we had our cross committees and liaison reports at our last meeting. So I wanted to thank Nathan Victoria, our vice chair, for the policy overview for some events going on at the state level. I'd like to thank Mo for our policy report, as well as a report from our Council of PTAs and our Special Education CAC. So our work this past meeting, again, is to provide feedback as directed by the board. So really, we started in February with thinking about the redistricting process and reaching out to our communities for feedback. And for the March meeting, which was in person, we had some small group discussions where we addressed certain areas with regards to the redistricting process. So the areas are listed here: awareness and understanding of the process itself, communication from the school system, opportunities to provide feedback to the school and the board, accessibility and inclusion to some of those events that were provided for feedback, and then finally transparency and trust. So each of the small groups got to provide feedback on each of these topics. We also provided a Google form where those who couldn't make the meeting or had more they wanted to share could also provide that feedback. So we really wrapped that up this last week. And then we spent a little time talking about officer positions and the sort of the job requirements, and we are now in the officer nomination process. So our final meeting of the year will be in May, virtually, where we will go ahead and elect our officers for the coming school year, as well as the positions on the policy and equity committees, as they need to hit the ground running in the fall. So again, I want to thank everyone who I interacted with over these last 4 years. It's been a great experience. And I'd like to also encourage others to apply should there be an opening in your cluster. Thank you.
I know, thank you. That was pretty cool. Next up is our president's report. Over the past 2 weeks, my work as board president has focused on real outcomes, real people, our students, our families, and our educators, guided by our strategic plan: belong, grow, and succeed. From meetings with TAC, members of our delegation, community leaders, or students, our last 2 weeks have been focused yet exciting. Recently, Dr. Bedell, Ms. Grace Wilson, and I met with the Anne Arundel County delegation, and it was truly a privilege to update them on the impressive outcomes from the first year of our implemented House Bill 226, which passed in 2025. This legislation, as a reminder, allowed AACPS to pilot the elimination of the early hour days and the elimination of early dismissal days. And what we shared was not only theoretical, it was grounded in lived experiences. Through House Bill 226, the board was able to actually and thoroughly and be thoughtful and responsible. We eliminated 6 early dismissal days for students by converting 2 early dismissal days at the end of each marking period into full instructional days. As you can see from the data on the screen, this change brought greater predictability, fewer disruptions, and more meaningful and learning time, while still respecting the professional needs of our faculty and staff. So thank you to Dr. Bedell and his staff. Beyond policy, I want to celebrate our students. Several AACPS high schools advanced to the, I don't know what that acronym means, so I'm just going to say MPSSAA state basketball semifinals. I was pretty excited, including our South River High School, Southern High School, and Meade High School, with South River representing both boys and girls competition, and the boys team winning the championship last night at UMBC. Go South River. Yes. All right, I'm back. We also celebrate individual state wrestling champions from Annapolis, North County, and South River High Schools. These achievements reflect perseverance, teamwork, and excellence across our teams. Let's congratulate all of the teams. Thank you. That concludes the President's report for this afternoon. I want to thank all of you all who had a hand in making sure our teams rose to excellence. So let's congratulate all our coaches as you see them around the district. Thank you. Next up is our superintendent's report. Dr. Bedell.
Thank you, Madam President. We have a lot of people in our school district doing great things, in addition to what you have mentioned regarding our athletic champions. I want to take a few minutes today to congratulate them. I'll start with Quint Carlson of Crofton Middle School, who won his third straight Anne Arundel County Spelling Bee 2 weekends ago. Quint won the spell off over Arman Muhammad of Meade Middle School. Melina Timsani of Old Middle School North finished third. Quint will represent our county at the National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. in May. Glen Burnie High School students Abdullah Ashraf and Henry Wobodo won the grand award at the 60th Annual Regional Science and Engineering Expo with a project which examined how a cost-effective special silicone shake flask can be used in cancer research labs to study how low oxygen changes cancer cell behavior. They will be among several of our students competing at the 2026 International Science and Engineering Fair in Phoenix. Additionally, Kenny Wynn of Broadneck High School and the team of Arushi Batari and Chelsea Soon of Old Mill High School and Alderton High School, respectively, were selected as ICEF finalists and runners-up for the grand award. You all may remember that we had a North County High School student that's by the name of Jack Andrica, student win the international fair a number of years ago. I am told that Abdullah and Henry's work may be on that level, and keep in mind they are only juniors. Congratulations also to 3 staff members: Fred Titus of Chesapeake High School, Jennifer Jarrell of the Apex Arts Magnet Program, and Joe Callahan, Executive Director of the Education Foundation of Anne Arundel County Public Schools. Fred was recently named the Maryland Secondary School Social Studies Teacher of the Year by the Maryland Council for Social Studies. Jennifer earned the 2026 Art and Media Technology Outstanding Community Service Award from the National Art Education Association, and Joe has been awarded the 2026 Pahara Institute Education Association. Education Fellowship. The year-long program will engage that he will engage in is designed to strengthen and sustain a diverse community of outstanding, values-driven leaders who are transforming public education so that every child is prepared to lead a free and fulfilling life. Congratulations to all of these members of the AACPS family. And finally, I was joined by most of our board last week at the Caucus of African American Leaders to discuss the progress we're making as a school district, the challenges that we face, and the ways the community can help us in our effort to help every student belong, grow, and succeed. I was really pleased to see the caucus honor Jasmine Betnick of Glen Burnie. She's at high school at Glen Burnie High School for the amazing work she has done in school and in the community. Madam President, that concludes the superintendent's report.
So, Ms. Howell, please don't move that picture. Please go back. There's not a lot of opportunity that you get to say thank you to a person that is so humble. Our superintendent is beyond humble. Last week, what he didn't tell you is that Cal did something that I've never seen probably in the history of me being here. They recognized Dr. Bedell in receiving a vote of confidence resolution from the Caucus of African American Leaders. And so I'm going to read what they said. Is that I want to not only recognize Dr. Bedell for a vote of confidence, but for acknowledging that he's a trusted community partner. And at the core of everything that he does, it is to ensure that every student, regardless of their background, regardless of where they come from, feels truly like they belong, grow, and succeed. So please join me in our vote of confidence and our superintendent, Dr. Mark Bedell. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you deserve a standing ovation. Yeah. Come on. We can do better than that. All right. I know. No, seriously. I know. I know he hates to be embarrassed, but staff, you guys do such amazing work. And I know that Dr. Bedell doesn't like to be recognized because he wants to give each and every last one of you the recognition. And I salute him in that effort. But I can tell you that having led many organizations, that no one person does it alone, but they do have to pick the right people on the team. And so he's either good at picking teams. I know he played basketball, NBA, and all that stuff. But I think that you all have done justice by this administration and by the work that you all do every single day. So thank you all very much on behalf of our board.
Madam President, if I could, you made a comment, and for the record, definitely was not the NBA. I was just challenged by a 4th or 5th grader from Two Rivers that I need to work on my jump shot. So for the record, I do plan on visiting that student at Two Rivers, and we'll see him in the gym in the near future. I took that very personally.
As he always did, never miss a moment to compete. So thank you. All right, so we'll get back on schedule here. So next up is items 5, consent items, awards of contracts. Can I get a motion to bundle? Yes, thank you.
Second.
All right, Dr. Bedell.
Thank you, Madam President. The superintendent recommends that the Board of Education authorize the award of the contracts numbered 5.01 through 5.04 under consent items.
Any discussion? No? All right, Ms. Howell.
Ms. Pulliam,
Aye.
Ms. McDermott,
Aye.
Mr. Silkworth,
Aye.
Ms. McFarland,
Aye.
and Ms. Dent.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, next up is item 6.01, administrative personnel appointments.
Madam President, the superintendent recommends that the personnel listed on the attached sheet be promoted and/or appointed.
All right, Ms. Howell.
Ms. Pulliam,
Aye.
Ms. McDermott,
Aye.
Mr. Silkworth,
Aye.
Ms. McFarland,
Aye.
and Ms. Dent.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Next up is policy revision, first reading, item 6.02, storage and use of naloxone, I'm never going to get that word right, and other overdose and reversing medication, code JECV. Dr. Bedell.
All right. For these items, I will pass over to Grace Wilson, who will take us through our first read.
Who will repeat it and say the word enunciation correctly.
I will do my best. Good evening, Mrs. Dent, Vice President Pulliam, and members of the board, and Dr. Bedell. For the record, I'm Grace Wilson, Director of Legislation and Policy. Policy JECB, storage and use of naloxone or other overdose reversing medication, is before you this evening on first reading before being posted for a 30-day public comment period. This policy is being updated at the request of the superintendent to update the issue statement to reflect the opioid epidemic and to permit the chief student and systemic supports officer or their designee to authorize a student to carry and administer naloxone or other overdose reversing medication to a student or other person on school property who is reasonably believed to be experiencing an opioid overdose. And with that, I'd be happy to take any questions.
All right, I see no lights and no questions. I just want to say that Councilwoman Julie Hummer did join us for this particular policy, which we were honored not only for her to join us, but just her passion and personal investment in wanting to see us bring this policy. So thank you, Ms. Wilson, for not only bringing it forth, but I look forward for this 30-day public comment period for the public to really share your input so that we can make this the policy that it should be for AACPS and their students. Thank you. Next up is item 6.04, Maryland General Assembly items of legislation.
I believe we have one more
Did I skip
policy
one?
item.
Oh, next up, I apologize. First reader for item 6.03, personal care and toileting, codes JV.
Thank you, Ms. Dent. New policy JV is before you this evening before being posted for a 30-day public comment period as well. As you all are aware, Maryland law requires that all students over the age of 5 attend school in the state regardless of their toileting abilities. Accordingly, staff is recommending to adopt this policy to codify our current procedures regarding student personal care and toileting. And with that, I'd be happy to take any questions you may have.
Okay, Ms. Wilson, again, I see no lights. Again, I could encourage the public to please take a look at this policy and definitely share your input in it. Thank you. Next up is item 6.04, Maryland General Assembly items of legislation.
Thank you, Ms. Dent. There are a number of bills in the items of legislation exhibit before the board this evening. There is one bill in section 1, which I'm requesting a board vote on, and that is House Bill 1446. I'm recommending a position of support. This bill authorizes school vehicle drivers who is employed by a county board to administer the commercial driver's license instructional permit knowledge test to a CDL bus driver endorsement application. And this bill supports the school system's recruitment of qualified school bus drivers by streamlining the hiring process of school bus drivers by authorizing a school vehicle driver trainer to administer the CDL instructional permit knowledge test to CDL school bus endorsement applicants. And with that, I'd be happy to take any questions you may have regarding the bills or recommended positions in the items of legislation exhibit before you this evening.
Okay, the question before is we are voting on this? Okay, so we need a motion.
Yes.
Can you see it?
I motion to vote on HB 14446, commercial driver instructional permit, school vehicles knowledge test.
Second.
All right, I see no lights. Ms. Howe?
Ms. Pulliam,
Aye.
Ms. McDermott,
Aye.
Mr. Soapworth,
Aye.
Ms. McFarland,
Aye.
and Ms. Dent.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Next up, item 6.05, Frank Hepburn Harmon's easement, ES deed of easement.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Bedell.
Thank you, Madam President. The superintendent recommends approval of the Frank Hebron Harmon Elementary School deed of easement.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Pulliam,
Aye.
Ms. McDermott,
Aye.
Mr. Soapworth,
Aye.
Ms. McFarland,
Aye.
and Ms. Dent.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Next up, item 6.06, Southern High School third-party project.
Thank you, Madam President. The superintendent recommends approval of the Southern High School third-party project, new auditorium sound system.
All right, Ms. Pulliam.
Yeah, so I just wanted to thank Project Deal and Ashley Handglider for this grant. It's partnerships like this with our local stakeholders that help elevate our programs. Thank you so very much.
All right, so I see no more lights. Ms. Howe?
I think we need a
Need a
motion. I move to accept Dr. Bedell's recommendation.
Okay. All right, Ms. Howe?
Ms. Pulliam,
Aye.
Ms. McDermott,
Aye.
Mr. Soapworth,
Aye.
Ms. McFarland,
Aye.
and Ms. Dent.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, next up is item 7.01, the monthly financial status report and revenue projections. Board members, any comments, any questions? None? Okay, that is it. With that, I motion that we close this adjourn.
Second.
All right, that concludes this afternoon's meeting. Thank you all very much. We'll take about a 5-minute break and we'll get ready for the workshop.
Did not see that scroll.